Welcome to our reading session at Nyarushanje Community Library and Empowerment Center. So we have a reading session that we implement with school-going children every Friday afternoon and Saturday morning. So the children come to the library, they spend time reading, guided by the reading reflection form, where they look at the title of the book, the author of the book, they look out for the new words, they check for the meanings of the words in the dictionary, they look for the characters in the books, and then they also get to summarize the story. Then after reading for 30 minutes, we get some of the pupils or the students to share by reading aloud, and also the reading facilitators sometimes also get read for the children. So this is one of the activities we are implementing with community schools to help improve the reading abilities of the learners. We are also piloting this in schools as an example to all the teachers in the schools and the administrators in the schools of the need to implement a library hour on a weekly basis and to get the whole school involved in the readings activities at school as one way of contributing to building or reviving a reading culture in the community school. So welcome you to our reading session where we have the silent reading, we have the reflection time, and then after that they normally go for skills development activities. So join us as we continue with our reading session at Peer Link Initiative Uganda Nyarushanje Community Library and Empowerment Center.
Yes! Today you are very active. Yes. So now reading session is done. We are going to start with the reflection. You come here and read for us. I request one boy and one girl. Then after, I request for others who wants to read.
My name is Manipra P58 class. The title of the book is Feeling Sad. The author, Helen Frost. Sadness is unhappy feeling. Everyone feels sad sometimes. You might feel sad if a friend moves. You might feel sad if your pet dies. You might cry when you are sad. You might want to be alone when you are sad. You can talk about your feelings. You can think about happy times.
Boy. This time from there. Hi.
My name is Akampa Davis. I'm in P5 class. I am reading the book about Mother Goose. The author is Theodoric Johansson. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Cock adored Drew. My dam has lost her shoe. My master's lost his fiddlestick and knows not what to do. Peter, Peter, Pumpkin enter, had a wife and could not keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and then he kept her very well. Peter, Peter, Pumpkin enter, had another and did not love her. Peter learned to read and spell, and then he loved her very well. To meet an old man clothed or in leather, he began to compliment and began to grin. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again?
The book is Mother Goose, illustrated by Frederick Richardson. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine garden. Cockroach, my Jim has lost my shoes. My master has lost his fiddlestick and knows not what to do. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and could not keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and when he kept her very well, Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had another and didn't love her. Peter learned to read and spell, and then he loved her very well. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire. Your children are burnt. One misty morning, when cloudy was the weather, I chanced to meet an old man, clothed all in leather. He began to compliment, and I begged the title, the author, what you have heard in this book, a new word that you have heard in this book. I will start with the author. Who can tell me? Mother Goose? Author? They want to hand out. Why do you want to study or want to get a money?
again?
One misty morning. One misty morning.
I'm coming to you.
My name is Ainagana Patricia.
Silence.
The title is Animals Arts. The author is Catherine Harper. Daisy Rabbit, Catherine Harper. Daisy in the morning, Daisy's food, Daisy's enemies, Daisy's wonder, baby's Daisy, rabbits in Brinney, finding rabbits. Daisy's in the morning, the sun is just coming up. Can you see any animal hiding? Look, it's a rabbit. Daisy Rabbit. Daisy is only 28 days old, but she does not need her mom or dad most 29. Daisy's food. Daisy is very hungry. Daisy is a good eater. She eats grass, cereals, fruits, and even bark. Not like that. Like this. Rabbits need to get all the goodness out of the food. They even eat there. Shh, that's read. Daisy's enemies. Can you hear anything? Look at Daisy's ears and her nose. What is this? What is it? Daisy. What rabbit is helping its food? Danger.
What's the title once again?
The title of the book is Plain White. The author of the book is Catherine Nicholson. Yohei took the cross and set out for town. There he was able to sell it for such a high price that for a while the two of them had enough money to live it comfortably and plentifully. The winter, however, stretched on until finally there was very little money left. Yehei hesitated to say anything, so he kept quiet. But at last the young woman spoke up. I shall wave on the room one more time, but please let this be the last. And once more, having been warned not to look in on the woman as she was, the simple Yohei steamed down to wait outside just as she asked. The time was this time the wedding took 4 days and 4 nights. A second time the young woman appeared carrying a plate of clothes, but no the same thinner and more worse than before. The fabric
by Sumiko Yagawa. In a faraway mountain village where the snow falls deep and white, there once lived all alone a poor young peasant named Yohei. One day, at the beginning of the winter, Yohei went into the snow to run an errand. And as he hurried home, suddenly, basa basa, he heard a rustling sound. It was a crane dragging its wing as it swooped down and landed on the path. Now, Yohei could see that the bird was in great pain, for an arrow had pierced its wings. He went to where the crane lay, drew out the arrow, and very carefully tended its wound. Later that night, there came a tapping, hoto hoto, on the door of Yohei's hut. It seemed very peculiar for someone to be calling at that time of the night. When he slid open the door to look out, there before him stood a beautiful young woman. "I beg you, sir," she said in a voice both delicate and refined, "please allow me to become your wife." Yohei could hardly believe his ears. The more closely he looked, the more noble and lovely the woman appeared. Gently he took her hand and brought her inside. "Yohei has got some fine wife at his house," the villagers gossiped among themselves. And it was true. The young woman was modest and kind, and she served Yohei faithfully. He could no longer recognize the cold red hut where he had lived all alone. His house had become so bright and warm. The simple Yohei was happier than he could have ever dreamed. In reality, however, with 2 mouths to feed instead of one, poor Yohei became poorer than he was before. And since it was winter and there was no work to be found, he was quickly coming to the bottom of what he had stored away. At this point, the young woman had a suggestion. "The other women of the village have rooms upon which to weave cloth," she said. "If you could be so kind as to allow it, I should like to try my hands at weaving too." In the back room of the hut, the young woman set up a room and closed it off with sliding paper doors. Then she said to Yohei, "Please, I beg you never look in upon me while I'm weaving." Tonkala, tonkala. For 3 days and 3 nights, the sound of the room continued. Without stopping either to eat or drink, the young woman went on weaving and weaving. Finally, on the 4th day, she came out. To Yohei, she seemed strangely thin and completely exhausted, as without a word, she held out to him a bolt of material. So I will stop there. Then next week you come and bring them back and take new books, okay? We are going to read and read and read and read. By the time we are in primary 6, we should be very good readers. Why is reading important? What do we get out of reading? Since you started reading, you can share with us. Anything good that you get out of reading? Who would like to share the good things that you get out of reading? Yes, you tell us your name and you share with us.
My name is Arnold.
Yes, Arnold?
Scary.
What happens?
get the spellings of the word which we don't know.
Okay, good. So we can improve our spelling skills, okay? Any other member? Yes?
My name is Anthony. You can pass the exams if you read.
If you read. Is it true that if you read, you can pass exams?
Yes.
Because some of the things you read about, they will ask you in the exams. Any other good thing that comes out of reading? Yes?
No, the things which we do not know.
So we learn about so many things, okay? We get to learn new things. Any other good thing that you get out of reading? From your experience, because you've been reading, yes, tell us, what good things come out of reading? The people at the back, do you have any good thing? Yes?
You get jobs.
You get jobs. You can even read and get jobs because you get to know where the jobs are. You get, yes? You get knowledge and skills, okay? Would you also learn how to speak in public? Because I've seen all of you stand up and share, and if you continue reading, you learn how to speak in public, you become confident. You know the meaning of that confident?
No.
Okay, so the more you read, the more confident you become, and the more you learn how to express yourself. Reading is also fun because there are some interesting stories that you read. I saw like one of Sarah riding a boda boda. Who had it? I saw it somewhere. So maybe one time someone will tell us how Sarah is riding a boda boda, because we don't normally find so many girls and women riding boda bodas. So it must be fun for girls and women to ride a boda boda. And I've seen people reading about my birthday. So you can be entertained, you even find yourself laughing as you read the book. So it takes away the boredom. And on top of that, we learn so much. Let's continue reading at home, at school, at the community library, and we even need to encourage our siblings, okay? We need to encourage our brothers and sisters to love to read, okay? So thank you very much. We are going to end here, and we now go to our other session of yesterday, okay? Yesterday, what stood out for you? What is that thing that you learned that you still remember from yesterday's session? Yes, you tell us your name and what you learned. Please speak up.
My name is Nyarushanje. Brushing teeth.
You learned how to brush your teeth, eh? Okay. Anyone? Yes, thank you. Yes.
Washing hands.
How to wash hands. Did you learn anything new about how to wash hands? Because you've been washing hands. So what new thing did you learn?
Washing hands using soap.
Washing hands using soap. Thank you. Who else wants to share? Yes, someone at the back. You tell us your name and what you learned. People are pulling. In a plan. Bathing daily. That is important to bathe daily. Anyone else?
My name is Bridget.
Yes, Bridget.
How to wear a pad.
How to use a pad, eh? How to use a pad. So Bridget learned about that, yes? Yes, Patricia. Cutting hair. What else? Yes, Emmanuel.
Cutting fingernails.
So keeping our nails clean, okay? Good. Who are you talking to? You are talking to that fire plantation. Look at us and tell us. Good. How to brush our teeth up and down and up, and cleaning the top of our teeth, the tongue, and all that. So we're looking at personal hygiene, okay?
Yes.
So we are reading, but we're also looking at personal hygiene. And thank you so much. clap for ourselves and we go to the next meeting.